Welcome, let me show you how I dressed this 5-inch teddy bear for a homecoming mom. Just real quick, wanted to show you the difference between the 4 and 5-inch bears. So you just want to take it out of the package and remove that bow that comes on it. And there is a little piece of thread on there I had to cut off. And this is a jointed bear, so you can move its arms and legs around. I'm also going to cut that tag off. And I got this blue ribbon from Sam's Club. It's a wired ribbon, and it's sort of like a soft satin, but not completely. It looks kind of soft satin on one side, and then it's really dull on the other side, but it's not a true soft satin ribbon. So I'm removing the wires from both pieces because this piece is going to wrap around the body. It's going to be like the upper part of the bear's dress, and then this is going to be the first skirt. I'm actually doing a double skirt. So this is about 12 inches long, and I'm removing one of the wires. And you can leave both wires in. It depends on how you want the skirt to look. Now I'm just going to pull some of that wire out on one side and then go to the other side and start pulling, but don't pull too much or it'll come out too much and you won't be able to do one side. So I'm taking both wires in my hand and then I'm pulling that ribbon as much as I can, gathering it. I got this technique from Rhonda's Creative Corner. I actually was going to pleat the ribbon and glue it all the way around, and this is a much easier method. So I wanted to share where I got that from. Just keep pulling until you've got it as much ruffled as you can. This is also a way to make ribbon roses. You want to do the ribbon like that and then you roll it up and it makes a real pretty rose. So I'm just going to glue one side on. This is the piece for the body, the upper body. And just get me a finger protector so I don't burn my finger. Just roll that down. just kind of pushing on it, rolling to get that ribbon to stick. And once you have that on there secure, you can wrap it around. You want to let it dry a little bit first or it'll come off. So I want to make sure that's glued down really well on the back side. And then I'm just simply wrapping it around. And then I'm going to glue the other side. And it doesn't have to like overlap on the back side or anything. I actually glued that end down and then I'm gluing. I don't know why I worried about it having a clean back. So I've got it where it's overlapping a little bit, touching, but you don't have to do it like that because the back side should not be seen. But that's what it looks like. You see the whole thing didn't overlap. It's fine. If it's a mess on the back side, don't worry about it. If you're gluing it to a flower, you don't have to worry about it. So where those wires were, or the extra wire, you're just going to twist that on there. The ribbon's kind of getting in the way a little bit. The ribbon was a little too long, so just keep that in mind. The little skirt doesn't have to wrap all the way around the back either because you're not going to see that. But I want to twist that really, really well. And since the ribbon was a little long, the ribbon kind of twisted too. And then cut off that excess amount there. And I'm also going to glue that wire down just to make sure it doesn't come undone before I get it attached to the mum. Now I'm cutting that little hanger off because I don't need that either. So you can see it taking shape. It's starting to look like a dress. Now I'm taking this pretty sheer and glitter ribbon and doing the same thing. And I actually left both wires in this one because that's going to make the top skirt like more flowy. The bottom skirt, I wanted it to be more flat, like it's covering everything up. And then that one, I wanted it to kind of just flow around the bear. I'm taking a thin blue glitter ribbon. I believe this is from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to make little straps like the dress has straps. Cut those as long as they're needed. You could also use like a diamond mesh ribbon and make a blingy strap. You could have the dress be strapless. You could use pearls, whatever you want. To have fun with it. And I rolled that top part of the dress down a little bit so I can pull it back over these little straps to cover up the ends. Then gluing it down on the front side first. that's the important side. See, now I've lifted that dress up and it's covering those ends up, so it looks like it's all one piece, like the dress is a real dress. Just want to glue down those back sides. Again, the back side doesn't matter. If it's a hot mess back there, don't worry about it because it is not important. If you are attaching this to the mum flower, you don't have to worry about the back side. Now it is really starting to take shape. This is diamond mesh ribbon, like I was talking about. I'm going to make a little trim across the top. So you could cut that and you could use just that as the straps if you wanted a really blingy straps. Just going to carefully attach that right at the top of the dress. I just added a little something extra special. And then glue it around the sides. You see I didn't go all the way around the back because there's no need for that. Just make sure it's going past the sides a little bit. And then I've got all these buttons, so you could do fun things with these buttons, you know, to characterize the bear, to personalize it. There's little cheer megaphones, there's those paw prints, the little music notes. You could glue them. There's a little breast cancer awareness ribbon. So possibilities are endless. This is going to be for the hair bow. It's about 14-15 inches long. It's that same ribbon from the bottom of the skirt. And I'm removing both wires. You just want to cross the ribbon like this, find the center, and then you just ruffle it right there in the middle. Cheer bows are very, very simple to make, and you can make those to put on your mum as well. They're very, very pretty and very easy to make. I'm just twisting a chenille stem around the center there, cutting off the excess, trimming up those bottoms, cutting like a V shape or a dovetail, just to make them look nice. And you could make a smaller bow if you didn't want a big bow on the top. Again, I'm taking that diamond mesh ribbon and putting it in the center to add some more bling to the center. You just want to glue that down. And I am completely covering the back side because the way I'm attaching the bow, it's going to be kind of sitting up on the head. It's not going to be laying flat. So I want all that on the back side to be covered up because you might be able to see that. And I cut those two rows. I'm just putting some hot glue on top of the head. You can put the bow right there in the center or off to one side, whatever you think looks best. I'm just going to hold that down until it dries. Look how cute that is. Now I have these little mum flowers. So I'm going to make her a little wrist mum to go with her little outfit. Because the bear needs a mum too, doesn't it? So there's what it looks like, and I'm going to cut that off just like I would making a regular mum. I'm going to cut that down. Now I'm going to cut some ribbons, and I'm only cutting these about 2 inches long, and not very many ribbons at all. You don't need a lot. Just cutting a few pretty ones, and then a couple of pieces of acetate, and that is a 9/16 inch width right there. Just 2 pieces of that, and then I think 4 pieces of pretty ribbons. It will not take much at all to make this little tiny mum. Just kind of hold that up there, make sure it's what I want. And I think every one of these pretty ribbons came from Hobby Lobby. The little holographic, the glitter, the star, I know the star ribbon did. Cutting that down just a little bit more, and I'm going to run a chenille stem through it just like I would a regular mum, except I'm not going to tie a knot. It's too small for that. So I'm just putting some hot glue. This little flower actually comes apart, so I just there at that plastic piece I added some hot glue and then run the chenille stem just enough to where it's going through that, and then cut that all the way off at the back side. Now I need to trim this up a little bit too because it's a little too wide on the top. And I didn't do staples because that would have made it too thick. So I wanted to just use hot glue. And of course she needs a little bell on her mum. So I've got a couple different options for tiny bells. I'm going to do a little cowbell. It's a really small cowbell. I don't even remember the size of it. It's just very small, the smallest one you can get, I think. I've had these for several years. I use them every now and then. And that's just some curling ribbon. I'm going to tie a knot in that. Tie it one more time, and then I will glue that on the mum flower as well. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me so much, and I appreciate any comments, and anytime you share, like, comment, but always be kind with those comments, please. Add a little glue there. You want to be careful with all this hot glue and watch your fingers. You see, I had those finger protectors, but I'm not using them anymore. I'm just so used to burning myself, I think, that I don't even worry about it most of the time. So add some glue to the back side of that little flower and glue it onto those ribbons. Just press it down until it sticks. Now you could just glue it onto the bear like that, to where it like it's got a pin on or a necklace. And then I added a little rhinestone right there in the middle. It needed something just right there in the middle of the flower. Now I've got some elastic, and this is the thinnest elastic I have. And I'm just gonna glue it and make like a little armband on it so I can put it on the bear's arm. Make sure you glue it well, then it stays. You don't want to use too much glue though either. You don't want it oozing everywhere. So I'm just going to hold that in place until it dries. If you'd like to support my channel and give me a tip, you can do so with a super thanks, or you can look in the description for my Ko-Fi page. I also have memberships available. Go to my home page and look under the membership tab to see what the member perks are. And here is my cute little bear with her little own wrist mum. I think it turned out so adorable. I love it so much. I hope this video helps you out. Now there's one more step I'm going to do. I am going to add a little touch of hot glue there so that mum flower doesn't, or the little wrist mum does not fall off. But I'm also going to take some floral wire and run it through the back side of this bear, because I am going to attach it two different ways. I'm going to tie it onto the mum flower and hot glue it. Now this is the same method I use when I attach anything plush to a wreath or anything like that. I am basically just sewing this wire through the back side of this bear, making it long enough that I can wrap it around the mum flower. I like to double the security on anything that I attach, especially something that's a little bit heavy or a little bit bulky. There it is. I wrapped it through there several times and it's nice and secure. I hope this video was helpful. Please consider subscribing, and don't forget to tap that bell for notifications on my uploads, live streams, and premieres. And happy crafting, happy mum making, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day, and be kind to others and be kind to yourself. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope this video was informative and useful. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel right here. Here is one of my recent uploads. I think you will enjoy that. Here is a playlist full of great videos. Here is another video you might enjoy. Click on any of those and it'll take you right to them.